All right guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk to you about betta fish. So bettas have a lot of misinformation about them. So we're going to kind of talk to you some different ways about setting them up. Now, most commonly, people think you can keep bettas in small tanks, jars, vases, whatever. We do recommend keeping bettas in at least a minimum of a 5-gallon tank as their forever home. Bettas can go with other species of fish, some of your smaller tetras, things like that. Generally are okay. We've seen them go really well with different types of rasabaras, such as harlequin rasabaras, and things like that. But your biggest thing with them is just clean water, low flow filtration. You don't want it extremely turbulent. These guys don't live in rivers. And a lot of nice hiding places are key to them. They also don't like a whole lot of very bright light. So if we were going to set one up using a minimum of a 5-gallon tank, then something along the lines of a sponge filter or even a small shrimp style internal filter would work great. And then some very minimalistic lighting or intense lighting depending on how heavily planted it is and blocking out different types of light. Now, female bettas, on the other hand, can be kept in groups of females within reason. Some, what they consider sorority tanks, do work out well for some people and not so great for others. But the key to that is giving them plenty of hiding places as well as a lot of room. I don't recommend doing anything less than 3 bettas for a sorority tank. That way, if they do tend to pick on each other, it kind of evens out that aggression. But the way to tell the difference between a male and a female is generally your males are going to have a lot bigger flowing fins, and they're usually going to have kind of a bigger black beard when they try to show off. Females don't usually have an enlarged kind of beard, so to speak, but they do have a little egg spot kind of on their belly. It's a little place where their eggs actually develop and they disperse them with. So we can kind of look at a few different images of those, and then we can show you a few different products that would work for you. So that's the little ovipositor. So this is a awesome option for a betta tank. Nice small one if room doesn't allow for you to have a lot. But I really love the rimless tanks. This one is the 5.5 gallons, so this is kind of your smaller version that you would really want to go with. But gives you a lot of nice options to kind of decorate, gives a single male betta plenty of room, and you have a lot of opportunities to do some different types of micro aquascaping and interesting things there. And then this is a truly frameless tank, which looks really cool, just looks like a glass box. This works really well for kind of the more modern aspect. This one's a 6-gallon, so again, kind of right at the bottom edge of what you'd want to do, but you can always get a lot of different sizes and kind of go up from there. So this here is a nice low flow internal filter with good carbon filtration. Also gets you a lot of the different sediment out with the filter floss that's in there. But these work really well for a betta just because it's not super turbulent. It's not going to blow the fish all over the place and make them, go crazy. For some of the smaller tanks, a sponge filter also works great. I'm a huge fan of sponge filters anyways because they're simple, they're easy, they're not technical at all. Just hook your air line up to it, and these work really well. Very low flow, but good filtration, especially with a lot of live plants. Just helps keep everything nice and clean. In general, your average care for your betta is doing your regular water changes. Depending on your tank volume and things like that, really kind of depends on how often and how much you're going to take out. But I do like to do at least about 10% weekly, if not more. If you have heavily planted tanks, you might be able to go a little bit more than that. Just kind of depends on your filtration quality. But 10% once a week is a good rough estimate. Other than that, daily, you are going to be wanting to do your feeding, just kind of monitoring fish health. So I would also recommend testing the water about weekly. That way you can really see if there's any issues going on with your tank, so you can prevent any problems before they arise. And then depending on your filter, it really dictates how often you're going to really do maintenance on the filtration itself. Sponge filters are very easy. You don't have to really clean them or do much to them, except every couple months. And then if you have kind of the standard cartridge style filter, I do recommend replacing those at least once a month. Downside with them is you just don't know how old the carbon is, if it's using everything that's in it. But that's a good basic rule of thumb, just so you don't screw anything up. In the way of feeding, you can definitely check out some of our other videos on Betta care. We also have some videos on some of the different filtration that's available and how to set up a sponge filter and different medias that we have available for you.